Hey guys, today's episode is going to be very interesting episode. Today we are going to discuss about the roadmap for how to get into MAANG companies, and not just only MAANG companies. In fact, the tier one companies or top product based companies with a package of somewhere around 20 to 30 LPA. Okay, so where we are going to take you through the step by step process for it and what needs to be done, what need not to be done. We're going to discuss in and out of it. Today, we have Abhishek with us. He is working as an SDE3 at Google. So, Abhishek, with a short introduction, I would like you to talk and give your short introduction to the audience.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for having me. So my name is Abhishek and I have been working with Google from past 1 year as an SDE3. And before that, I have worked in various companies. For example, I started my journey with Amazon as a software developer in Amazon search engine. And there I stayed for around 2.5 years. Then I switched to Dhee. So in Dhee, I was working as a senior member of technical staff. So there we were working as a low latency trading and also on various other topics, right? And so I have been into coding and all these all the coding stuff and everything from last 8 to 9 years from my early college days. And so thank you so much for having me at DCL at your podcast. So yeah.
You're most welcome. Abhishek, can you tell me what is MAANG and describe that in short?
Yeah, definitely I can tell. So basically, MAANG is just like a jargon that is used nowadays for the top product-based companies like Meta, Amazon, Netflix, Google, and all. So there are plenty of other companies also. For example, Salesforce is there, Rubrik is there, Dhee is there, and many others also. All of these companies are every student dreams of, that I have also ever dreamed of in my life. From my school days, everyone wants to be in these companies. So yeah, so.
Abhishek, now you work for Google. It is a dream company for many IT engineers. Now, what was the journey all about? What made you to choose the Google? How was your journey? How did it begin?
Yeah, so basically I started my journey back in 2017. So I entered my college and there I had only one dream, to get into a good product based company. So by product based company, I didn't know much about okay, what is Google, what does they do or something like that. It was just I want to get placed in a good product based company so that I have a good career in future. So yeah, so the only thing that I started from 2017 was to do a lot of competitive coding. So basically, competitive coding is nothing it's just about being consistent and being disciplined. And there are various platforms. So for example, there is one platform that is Lead Code. There is another platform that is Code Forces, Code Chef, and many others. So there are few things that students have to understand. Basically, what I have seen, my journey is basically that I started with competitive programming platforms like Code Forces, and then I started into Lead Code, preparing for data structures and algorithms. So data structures and algorithms nowadays, people companies also ask a lot. And so from back then, from 2017 to 2021, my main focus was on data structures and algorithms and low level design. That's also one of the very important thing that is being asked these days also.
True.
So I used to study definitely all the subjects that you study in college are very, very important. But what I made sure is that every day, 2 hours or 3 hours, I spend equally, and I spend time on practicing problems. So that's one of the very important thing that everyone should do. And this is one thing that I have learned in my life. And then after 2021, my first job was Amazon. So I worked there as an SD1. I started my journey and I got promoted over there around 2 to 2.5 years. Then I had a couple switch over Microsoft, worked over there for Microsoft for a few months only. But I had a better opportunity at Dhee. So Dhee is also people know a lot. Some people think that Dhee is tough to crack or something like that, but it's not at all. So Dhee is also one of the very good companies and dream companies. So they're also I worked over there as a senior member of technical staff. And now from last year, around 1 year complete, I have been working as a Google as an SDE3. So it being a great journey, and definitely like full of struggles and hard work also. But yeah, like the only thing I would say is like everything is possible. This is what I have seen.
True.
Thank you.
Yeah, very inspirational.
Yeah.
Abhishek, there are a lot of misconceptions are there that the people from or the engineering graduates from average colleges, they think that these MAANG companies or top product based companies, these are all only for IITians or RECs or from people from tier 1 colleges. Is it true? Or anyone with the right mindset can apply for the job with these companies? Can you talk more about it?
Yeah. So definitely, like I would think that like I myself, first of all, I am not from an IIT.
Okay.
So firstly, so that's why like it's not at all like college depends a lot. Definitely, like if you say that there are campus placements happening, then we can say that yes, like college can be there like little bit on priority. But to be honest, like whatever I have seen, like if I just say about my colleagues at Google, at Dhee, at Amazon, Microsoft, mostly like I would say that 80% of the people were non-IITians, which I have worked in my team.
Okay.
So it does not like depend on what college you are. It all depends on like how your resume is being prepared, like how you have mentioned your skills, how you have been like preparing, your mindset is there, right? How your conceptual building is there. So the only thing that I have seen, like nowadays you have seen like there are people who have not even graduated. They are just like dropouts also. They are also being placed into these companies. So college dropouts, like college, like which college you have attended is like, I think like it's very old school thing.
Alright.
So nowadays, like it's all about like what talent you are being bringing to the company, what they think that will be beneficial from them also. So that's why I think that if you are aiming for a computer science engineer basically in these companies, so the only thing that matters is your skills, like the way you are preparing. And if you get like a proper roadmap, how you are preparing and everything, that you follow that, okay, these are the things that we should do, like discipline, with a proper discipline. So then I don't think like there is like anyone who can stop you. And definitely, yeah, this is what I think.
Yeah. Definitely. That's very important.
Yeah.
Because just adding a point on top of it, myself from mechanical engineering graduate, I mean, I'm talking about early 2000, okay? IT was not in that boom those days.
Definitely.
Right? Everyone are thinking like it is only for computer science engineering graduates. So, but not only me, my friends and people of my age and those generation, majority of people have migrated to IT. It is perfectly possible that consistency is very important.
Yes, definitely. Like I'll also add on to this, like when I was in Amazon, I remember like most of my team like people were from like mechanical engineering. Like I don't think that like engineering streams now make like much of impact.
Correct.
The only thing is like they have been interviewing, they have been preparing for data structures and algorithms, low level design and high level design, like these things, and they have been landed into, and they are performing like extremely well, more than computer science graduate also.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you help our viewers to understand and can you guide them on what are the actually step-by-step roadmap, how they should prepare and ultimately get into these companies?
Yeah, definitely. Like, so basically what I have, like this question has been asked like a lot, like many people on the LinkedIn also reached out to me on this question, like how to prepare for these companies, what is a proper roadmap for this. So my answer is that like, I would say that like, what I have seen people like they aim that, okay, there are many people who say that like let's solve 1,000 problems or 1,500 problems, coding problems on these topics and so on, and then definitely if we reach out this number we'll be placed into these companies. So I'm like completely, to be honest, against this thing that we have a number in our mind that okay, 2,000 problems is there or 3,000 problems is there. I would think that I have just solved like around 600 or 700 problems. But the main thing that what I have seen is, so if you see like all these companies, right, like be it like Amazon, Google, all these companies, their main aim is to check like how are your problem solving skills? Your problem solving skills is the most important thing, because they want to put you into pressure, like when you are doing like a daily life thing, right? Like when you are working over there and you have like a high incident thing, right? So for example, Microsoft had that thing like where the entire thing got shut down and everything. So the major aim is that how you handle that situation, how you solve like the problems, basically how you solve that thing. So that's the major thing. So that's why what they have done is they have like their way to test problem solving. And the way to test their problem solving is through data structures and algorithms. So data structures and algorithms is one of the key important, like I would say, in all the companies, specifically like product based companies. If you are targeting whatever company you name, there are few rounds. Like if I say that there are 4 rounds in any company, 2 to 3 rounds will be especially for the engineers which are fresh graduates, and also for 1 to 4 years of experience, to be precise. All of these are like questions are around like data structures. It's not that they are like testing you on only on specific topics. The main aim is to test like what all problems like you can solve. Like I have seen like people, they prepare for like, okay, let's do like some course like from like MAANG stack course, like let's do like this thing or so on. The main aim, if you are aiming for these, right, the major aim is like to test your problem solving skills, and that is what we aim here also at DCL. This is our aim basically. What we aim is that people should like know that, okay, this is a proper roadmap. They know that, okay, I have to like data structures also, like to name, like there are around like 10 to 12 data structures, like many other data structures also, but if I just say the important ones, right? For example, graphs is there, and we have like algorithms like dynamic programming and all. So these all things, right? If I just say in one word, what is data structure? So data structure is just a way to hold data. For example, we have like a box of chocolates, right? So chocolates, like we are just storing it in the box, so that box is a data structure. How we are storing that chocolates in that box, that is main where like we should aim for, right? That pattern recognition is very, very important. So here our aim is not to solve like many problems, like thousands of problems. No, that's not what we are teaching.
Basically we are not talking about numbers. We are talking about the solution.
Definitely, we are just our main aim is that people should recognize the patterns. They should know that, okay, if I have seen this problem, like there are 100% chances that same problem will not be asked, right? But our main aim should be like how to recognize that pattern. I should come to know that, okay, if this question is there, right, and if I just say that we have like 45 to 50 minutes in an interview, right, within like 5 to 10 minutes I should come to know like, okay, this is the problem, and this is like how I should like approach this problem. This is the only thing that they are also testing. So here at our DCL, what we are aiming is that we should do like data structures and algorithms. We should recognize the patterns, and then we should like in the end we should do about like low level design and everything also. And as like I mentioned like earlier also, like numbers we are not targeting. The main aim is patterns. And also one thing I would say that like this is what I think, like I have seen like a lot number of people, right, who are working on like who are freshers or like working at service based companies, right, and their aim was to get in top PBCs, product based companies. The only thing that I would say is like 1 month or 2 months of dedicated like if you are working 2 months of dedication with like proper roadmap, right, with guidance, with mentorship, and also like every day, like we are like working at DCL, we are aiming that, okay, that every day we are taking out problems also that are being asked into these companies also. So we are aiming that we are giving good problem set also, so that students also get confidence on that. And we'll be like dedicatedly doing that interviews also a little bit, like so that like people get confidence on that also.
Got it.
This is our main aim. So I would say that with roadmap, which includes like proper resume making, so that you are, first of all, you should be eligible for these companies, right?
Correct.
I think like before going into that, like not college is one thing that people may ask, but the most and the like very, very important thing is how your resume is made.
Right, yeah, because it's a virtual person.
Yeah,
Instead
exactly.
of me going there and sending my resume to the company.
Definitely.
So if resume gets shortlisted, of course I'm going to get a call, interview call. Otherwise, I'm not going to get an interview call, right?
Yes, definitely.
So definitely we are going to help students to prepare their resume. What has to be there? How to project your projects? How to basically, if your resume has got those stuffs, which are really looking by these companies, of course your resume gets shortlisted.
Yes.
Correct, Abhishek?
Completely agree
Right.
with
So
that. Yep.
just to reiterate it, the first step is DSA, data structures and algorithms,
Yep.
and
The second thing I would say is low level design that we
low-level
should
design.
Yeah, these are the two things that would like help like everyone to reach into these companies. Yeah.
And yes, of course, at DCL we have Abhishek and we have the huge crew members, right?
Yeah,
So who are working for at some other good
Right.
companies. So definitely yes, we are going to help you guys in step-by-step preparation. Okay. So just adding one point on top of this, Abhishek. I just try to recall, some of my past experiences when I started, training way back in 2010 and 11 and all. There used a lot of, mechanical engineering graduates, civil engineering graduates, non-IT basically, electronics, electrical, non-IT graduates, when they used to come to me and asking like them, sorry, is it possible to get into IT being an electronic student?
Correct.
I used to tell them that it's nothing. It's so easy. It's just a mindset. Okay, just have to, take a shift. Right. So definitely, I have seen these days that people have certain students. They don't even think about these companies.
Yeah.
Because it's already a mindset that okay, these companies are not for me.
Yeah.
But actually speaking,
Yeah.
it's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Anyone can think about it. Seriously,
Yeah,
right?
definitely,
So at DCL, definitely we help you to break this myth, and we guide you from the simple steps to all the steps until you get into these companies. Okay, and yeah, of course, we don't give any false promise of placements and all. Through our DCL network, we help you to get the referral interviews, and we guide you, and Abhishek and the team definitely will guide you on starting from resume preparation to we make sure you get a call from these companies, right? And the different stages of the interviews also we guide you. Okay, and it is just that you have to decide and shift your mindset that everything is possible with a consistent hard work and
Dedication,
yeah,
hard work,
dedication.
yeah.
So Abhishek, can I say somewhere around, just for the for our viewers, can I say anywhere in between 2 months to 2.5 months of a dedicated preparation would really give them the confidence?
Yeah, correct. I would agree. Like almost like I would think that 2 to 2.5 months is more than sufficient. If people are like students are like dedicatedly working hard also, and also they are attending our lectures and forming like whatever like we are giving them some materials also, right? They are following that. Definitely like they will be placed in a very good company.
Correct.
So they will get confidence also. I think like confidence is very, very important so that they feel like self-confident that okay, I can crack any of the company, because
I'm sure that definitely when they are under you, right, under your mentorship, certainly they get the confidence over the period of time.
Definitely.
It's just in the beginning here and there it's okay, but once they start attending the sessions and all, eventually they get the confidence.
Correct.
And that confidence will certainly take them to that level.
Definitely.
Would you like to explain more or talk more about this? Anything that we are missing in terms of preparations and the roadmap by chance?
Yeah, I think like for the preparation part, this is like for all the people, like let's say if we are aiming for 1 to 4 years of experience also, like those professionals are also there, right? Like nowadays, like we all hear that, right? Like artificial intelligence is also coming and all this stuff is also there, right? But I would still say that the basics, all these things, right? The basics are very, very important. If I say that nowadays also, like I think like after 5 years or 10 years also, the main thing is that these companies just want to test your problem solving, and when we work on these companies, right, all of these like technologies and everything we get to learn over there. All of these are new things. Every company has their own technology also. We used to I also have in Amazon, when I went, like there were different technologies and everything, right? Their way of working. But the only thing that stayed with me is, like, as I said, that how we focus on problems. So that's why I would say that data structures and algorithms, pattern recognition, how we recognize, being following like everything, right? And then going into slowly like we transition into like low level design also properly. Like low level design is what? Like low level design is just like we have like languages like C++, Java, right? How we have like the object oriented thing, right? How we make like classes, like how like our things are being working, right? How abstraction is working, and these like jargons are there, right? So all of these things are the main things. But I would say that if we do like, if you follow this like our DCL, this is like a very, we have been working hard from, I think like Shishir sir know, like we have been working from around like 1 year now.
True.
And we have been like into these course. We are planning from like a long time now.
True.
So definitely like students will be very helpful. They will be like,
It has really helped them a lot,
Exactly.
even in our previous batches as well.
definitely, yeah.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
One more question. Lot of entry-level IT professionals who have got 1 to 4 years of experience working for mostly the service-based companies. Not to name, but working for service-based companies. Of course, the next professional career growth is in terms of shifting into the product-based companies or these MAANG companies. How they have to prepare?
Yeah. So like this is a very good question, because like people reach out to me, like especially like how like we are working in a like 8-hour job we are having, like for example in any service based company or any other company also. Like I will not say like service based company, I'll just say that like the company they are dreaming of basically to reach, right? So I would just say that like definitely like 8 hours everyone is working on. So it's just like how we are in making it a habit, right? So for example, we know that okay, to keep our body fit, that we have to do like 30 minutes of walk or 45 minutes of walk, right? So I would like highly recommend that if we just like make it a habit that okay, 45 minutes of I'll just dedicate, like everyone from 24 hours can like take out like 45 minutes or 50 minutes, right? So I'll just have like, I'll just solve one question only, or like one pattern only. I'll just have like, I'll attend like one lecture only. I'll just see like, okay, I'll just move one step ahead, right? So that like all of these things, right? Like 1 hour or like 1.5 hours, but whatever they get time, right? It's just like starting from, I would say that 10 minutes also, that's also more than sufficient. But just let's start with that, right? So I would say that if we have just a like 30 to 45 minutes are more than sufficient. So if people start with that, but they are consistent with that. For example, they know that okay, 5 days, Monday to Friday, they are working, right? So they are working like 30 to 45 minutes. Now because when they will do this, right, they will also become like more inclined also. They will start seeing the results also, right?
Correct.
So they will say that okay, now Saturday, Sunday is there, I can spend 2 hours maybe and focus more on data structures, that as I said. And for like 1 to 4 years of experience or like more than also, like again I say that like data structures is one of the very important thing. Secondly, like for them, like especially for the experience also, like low level designing also, like how you design the things, right? That's also one of the thing that is very, very important. So if I say that like their like results are also huge. I have seen like people having like 100% increment or 150% increment also, to be honest.
True.
Like these are the level of increments that we get from one company to another. It's all about how your right mindset is there. And to be very honest, once you get into these companies, let's say you want to shift like another 2 years, it's very, very easy for you. It's just like one shot you have to make.
Your first shift is difficult.
Exactly.
I don't say difficult, that's literally like a little challenging. After that, it is easy.
Yeah, definitely. Your one step is, I would say that requires little bit more patience, more like consistency. And next, like every time, like you will be able to like this also exactly like this also, like data structures, once you get right, like okay, these are the patterns and everything, then after like 4 years also this gets stuck into our mind, right? So this is what we are aiming, right? Here like in DCL also, we are not just like people placing them into okay, these are the companies. Like we have such a huge network for the referral network also at DCL. We'll definitely be referring also to the people, right? But our main aim is that like after 10 years also, they know those patterns. They can themselves like do like whenever they want to switch to any other company or whatever they want, right? So that's what we aim for.
Super. Of course, Abhishek, as you said, they have to dedicate. See, if you cannot dedicate daily 45 minutes for your own career, definitely you cannot expect any results. But at least with the 45 minutes to 1 hour, working professionals along with, if you can balance your work as well as this, perfectly you can make it happen. Abhishek, you work for Amazon and presently work for Google. How does the nature of work go? I mean, what is the daily professional life of a MAANG developer?
Yeah, so basically, like in all these companies that I have worked, right? So it's not like, it's more about like, okay, solving like what customer is facing, right? What problems customers are facing. We all see that, okay, like in Amazon, the customer is facing this problem, right? That, okay, there is like, they are not able to search any product in a very efficient way, let's say. So these all things, what we do is like, we are given like problems that which customer are facing. We try to have like solution. We basically, what we do is we whiteboard the things, okay, that this is the thing, this is like how our design looks like. For example, these are the upstream teams, these are the downstream teams, like how we are actually, like how we'll be able to solve the problem. So what we see is that in all these companies, customers are the most important thing. So this all thing that have been developed from these problem solving skills that I have been talking about, right, from like last like few minutes also that we are going on, right? So these all problem solving skills help you to have like whatever problem, like you do not know, right, like in this, like what problem you will be getting next. Every day, like it's a new problem for me, right? So it's just about, if my basics are clear, I can think across those problems, right? So sometimes we are just going on a like on a coffee at like Amazon or any other company, right, or Google or so. We are just discussing, okay, like, and just discussing that, okay, this is one of the optimization that we can do on the customer side or something, right? So these all things come from like from your basics, right? So like I have seen like in these companies, like people, like when I used to, like I was very shy at when I joined like Amazon, so you don't used to talk like a lot, like ask questions. So this is what we say, that like you just ask one question and then you will keep on asking, like you'll get that mindset basically that develops, right? So this is where like our course also will be helping, right? So that we get that mindset. So it's not about like people are just getting into these companies, we are just making them sure that, okay, they have to sustain into these companies.
Survival is also
survival is also very, very important. So that's what we are aiming for.
Okay. Abhishek, is there any situation where, just out of my curiosity, I'm asking, okay, is there any day at your professional experiences where you are not coding at all, just thinking about solution? Did you come across that situation?
Yeah, definitely, like many times I would say, like it's not about like one or two times.
Okay.
It's many times where, and this is what it's expected also, that we think across, like if we are here, like all these MAANG companies, if you see, right, like all these are serving like millions or billions of customers, right? They have been like, people are waiting for any one feature also that we are enrolling, right? So it has to be thought like very efficient way. Like we just spend like few days like just thinking across, okay, we'll not be coding anything, we'll just think across like problem, try to break down that problem into sub problems, right? And see what is like in actual, like will this be helpful for the customer? Is this our way? Like we come with, let's say for example, I have to solve one problem, right? We come with approximately like 5 to 6 approaches, that okay, this is one approach, this is another approach, and all this is like, I'm just like, for example, going for a walk, like after lunch we are having like a walk, right? We are just thinking, okay, this is like approach that I was thinking that we could do, right? So it's not about coding. Like I would again say that, like I think like software development is more about thinking about like solution, and coding is just like, I would say, the byproduct of whatever you have thought. It's all about mathematics and how you approach the problems that we are being seen.
So basically the solution is here.
Yeah.
It's just a documentation of the solution.
Yeah, we completely agree.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Abhishek, can you please help our viewers explaining the structure of our program that we have planned for or designed for our MAANG aspirants?
Yeah, so definitely, like, so what we are aiming for here is, like, as I mentioned, like we'll be having like around like 2 months of program, right? So what we are aiming is, like, for the first week, let's say, we'll start with the basics, right? So this is for all the learners, right? Be it like working professionals or be it students, right? So what we are aiming is that it's not about the language basically. So like be it C++, so there are people coming from backgrounds like C++, Java, Python, Golang, right? So what our course is, right, it's more about like problem solving, as I mentioned, like patterns, right? So to all of this is agnostic of the language, right? It's all about like how you learn these patterns, how you understand these things, right? So what we are doing here is, right, for first week we'll be having like, okay, that these are the basics, these are the, for example, we'll be studying about what actually data structure is, right? What do you mean by arrays, what do you mean by vectors, right? All of these things. And then when we see that, okay, people are like, students are getting basically, they are having like easy to understand, right? Then what we'll do is in the next week we'll start with few of the very important algorithms, right? One of the algorithm that is very, very interesting and very important is two pointer algorithm, right? I have seen in many companies that have been asked these kind of algorithms. Second algorithm to name, right, is prefix sum matching. Prefix sum matching is one of the very important and very important like algorithm that I have seen, right? So many problems are being just solved by prefix matching in just one shot. So similarly, like after doing this, we'll go to the maths problems, right? For example, GCD is there, prime factorization, right? So prime factorization, we have like sieve of Aristotlenes. That's one of the very, very important algorithm, right? So that's an advanced problem, right? So we'll go into that. And then in the third week, we'll be coming to, okay, what are the various other data structures, right? For example, trees is one of the very important data structures. So in trees, we have binary trees, we have binary search trees, right? And then we come to tries, right? So tries is also one of the very important implementation of dictionary, right? So we'll go to tries, and then we'll go to like when people are getting used to these advanced algorithms, right? So we have like fourth week that is like fully dedicated to two of the things, that is like graphs and dynamic programming. So these are the two important things that people are very, very afraid of, right? They think that, okay, graphs and dynamic programming, I'll just skip these topics. But to be very honest, these are the most important topics that we'll be aiming for. So graphs and dynamic programming, so 2D DP, 1D DP will be aiming everything, okay? Then we'll go to graph algorithms, right? So Kosa-Raju algorithm is there. That's very, very important algorithm. We'll be aiming that also. Then in the last 2 weeks, right, that we'll be doing, we'll be starting with system design also, right? That is the low level design that I was saying, right? In low level design, we'll be doing, okay, what is classes, right? What do we mean by abstraction? What do we mean by encapsulation, right? The main pillars of OOPS, right? We'll go into that. We'll understand about what are constructors, right? So that's also one of the very important thing that people should know, right? We'll go into that details, right? And then the most important thing that I really want you all, especially like for the working professionals, right, and also like for the freshers, that is the design patterns. So design patterns is today, that is the most asked thing, right? So for example, there is adapter design pattern, there is facade design pattern, right? This is also one of the very important things. Then we'll go with solid principles, right? So what is single responsibility principle, what is other things also, Liskov substitution principle. These are the things that is very, very helpful for daily life also, and also for the interviews. So this is what our aim is at DCL.
You have explained the technicality of it. What are the content coverage, in what week, what we are going to learn and all. So let's say a learner in our DCL course learned everything. Now think that he's technically superb, good.
Yeah.
What next?
Yeah, so here, as I said like earlier also, right, our main aim is like once like all the things are being done, right? So this is like in daily life classes also, like that we'll be having the lectures, right? So I'll just tell you that, okay, these are the interview experiences also, right? I'll keep on sharing my interview experiences, also my colleague interview experiences that I have been like seeing over the internet also, and also like the overall experience that I have, right? So every day, like just spending like 5 to 10 minutes also, just giving you the glimpse, okay, this is a question that is being asked, so that you feel like, okay, that what we are preparing, right, that is being asked also. So for example, to name this, I would say that mock interview preparation, proper mock interviews. Then second, we'll have like resume building. So resume building, as I said, that's very, very important. So what skills needs to be added, that, right? So we want that our resume gets it doesn't get filtered out, right? We want to be step ahead, right? So all the skills that the right skills we need to mention, that will be our target. The third and the like I would say that is also very very important, that is the referral network at DCL, right? So we have various alumni, so sir is there, right? So he also has like a great network of students also, and we'll have like at DCL we'll be aiming like referring also students so that they get like interview opportunities. So that's our meaning.
Yeah, super. So as like guys, at DCL we have a great alumni network, nothing less than 3 lakhs. Okay, so most of my earlier students are presently working as managers, directors at different companies. So definitely our great network would help you to get the interview opportunities. So as I always quote this, at DCL, no false promises. We never tell students that 100% job guarantee, and we have never done it in the past. We are not going to do it in the future also. We give you the best education, the best guidance, mentorship. Along with that, we surely give you the referral network, okay, referral interviews. That's what is our promise. Okay, see you at our course. Thank you.